At a press conference in Moscow, Khabib Nurmagomedov had a take on ring card girls or octagon girls. He said, "Ring girls are the most useless people in martial arts. What's their function? You can show it's the second round on the screen. I realize there's a history behind the ring girls, but history has many mistakes. We read history to avoid mistakes from the past and the future. If we look in history, it says they're useless." That's my personal opinion. Dana White maybe likes it, maybe you do too, but my name's not Dana, my name is Khabib. True, Khabib doesn't run the UFC, but he runs his own league, Eagle Fighting Championships, and he can call the shots there and keep ring girls off of his events. City Kickboxing has been hit with a lockdown breach by Auckland City Police, so as a result, the camp has been currently disbanded. Perhaps that will decrease the chances of Dan Hooker competing versus Nasrat Haqparast, or maybe he still finds a way to be able to fight September 25th. Hooker has lost 2 in a row, so he doesn't want to risk losing 3 straight going into a fight unprepared. The UFC has put together a nice little card on September 25th. It has Volkanovski versus Ortega. That should be an intriguing matchup. Nick Diaz returns after 6 years off, so he's going to be taking on Robbie Lawler. Curious how that one goes. Valentina's a 12-1 favorite versus Lauren Murphy, so there's very little appeal for this matchup. Only way that becomes interesting is if Murphy pulls off some miracle upset. She is around a plus 750 underdog. Jillian Robertson's going to be fighting Priscilla Cachoeira December 11th. Jillian has the most stoppage wins in UFC women's flyweight history with 5, and she also has the most submission wins in that division's history with 4. Stipe Miocic is upset the UFC did not include him in the interim title fight for the heavyweight belt. Ngannou's also mad that an interim belt was created in the first place because he just won the bout. So it seems a lot of heavyweights are mad at Dana White and the UFC these days, but it doesn't really matter. Ultimately, Dana and the UFC don't care, and they don't change based on fighter complaints. So the fighters basically just end up stewing in their own anger. Maybe they can harness that energy in the cage and release it at the appropriate time. But in terms of getting their way with the UFC, it's not likely to happen. The UFC is more interested in pumping up their own brand as being bigger than the fighters. So if one guy is unhappy and sits on the sidelines permanently, there's 10,000 more ready to jump in and take his spot. Alex Morono versus David Zavada September 4th. Also on that card is Jack Shore versus Ludovic Sholinian. And Lando Venata versus Tucker Lutz November 13th. Thanks for watching MMA Digest. Click the like button if you like this video, and click subscribe if you haven't already to keep up with everything MMA.